So, yeah, Trevon Diggs is the other Cowboy who may not know that he's at war with the organization. But I saw the story yesterday, and I talked to you about this, Clarence, and you were the one who broke this. You hit me with the scoop on the Trevon Diggs thing. Because I've been saying, like, he's not there. Like, he's not trying to get a contract or whatever. Like, he's going to play football when he's healthy and ready to play football. And I would assume all of those guys would just be at the team things, whatever meetings we're having, whatever, even if I can't be on the field and I'm not ready to go through an OTA practice, I would assume you'd be out there. Trevon Diggs is not.
Everyone else who is rehabbing is out there.
And now the story is coming out that the Cowboys could fine him if he's not at a certain amount of things, and that's written into most of the contracts, the big ones that they do. And Clarence, you told me that they're willing to, that they're not going to be like, no, it's okay, buddy.
Yeah, that's what's crazy to me. And, so Diggs is not around, okay? Yep. And which I reported well back in the fall, the Cowboys are not happy with how he does rehab.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, and Jerry co-signed on that.
Yeah, he said it out loud, finally.
People
get mad at us and talk about it, and then Jerry said it out loud.
It's not a secret that he and the scouting, not the scouting department, the training staff are not getting along. It's a huge injury. We don't know when he's coming back. No one expects him to be back for training camp. Huge injury. So he's in Florida rehabbing. Why are we upset that he's not here rehabbing with the Cowboys? We all know.
I don't care who he rehabs with, but I would think that a guy who's under contract, not in a dispute for a contract, not trying to get a new contract, I would expect him to be at all the things with the new coaching staff getting ready to play football. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Mike, I get it.
That's fair.
You're doing business.
All I'm saying is no.
Diggs, bring your trainers to DFW so you can go to all your team stuff.
I can understand that, and I'm not pushing back on that. I'm just saying that I could understand if they say, okay, do your own thing. And we understand there's some gray area. There's some stuff behind the scenes that may not be comfortable for you to be your best.
He don't like the training staff, and they don't like him.
Okay, so whatever the reason, I'm just saying that there could be some things there. The goal is for you to get healthy.
Right.
Okay, because you're under the contract. And we have invested in you. The main goal is to be healthy. So I just asked the question, are y'all, because it's in his contract that he has to be here for 84-something% of the offseason program.
Majority.
Okay? Or you lose $500,000.
Right.
Okay? Of your base salary. And I say, are y'all really?
Have a lot of money to hear a number like that. Like, that's fine.
Exactly. And so clearly he knows his contract. They know his contract. They're in Florida anyway. But my point, so I asked the Cowboys, are y'all really going to take this money from him if, because he didn't show up? And they said, yeah, we're doing that.
Because one question for you, because this is going to be my third season, I'm still learning things. So question, they don't have to pursue that, or do they? Like if it's contractually based, like can they be like, you know what, hey, but we're cool, we're totally comfortable, or do we know, or do we not know that?
It's in his contract, but we know they've done things to make things go away.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Like Zach Martin was not, I don't think he had to pay his fine.
I think he did.
Or they gave him some money to overcome that fine.
Yeah, or they say, how much was that? Add that into how much you're going to get.
For sure. Yeah. In the past, they can do what they want, but they are like, no, we're going to come after this. And again, my bottom line is Diggs knows his deal. His agent knows his deal.
For sure.
And what's his base salary? His contract average like $20 million a year, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I ain't tripping on $500,000.
So it's 1/40th of it. Yeah.
What?
I'm tripping on it, but maybe he's not tripping on it.
And I think if we had that income, you're right. I just can't wrap my head around it. I guess I can, because I've been real broke. And at that time, if you'd have been like, could you, see yourself like letting $20 get away? I'd be like, are you crazy? I get down to $1.17 before I get paid every time. But if you've got tens of millions, maybe five, I can't imagine just letting $500,000 go. But I'll see you at work.
I don't know if he's like quote unquote letting it go though. Like, I mean, in his mind, and this might be a little Recky Specky, but like the fact that we
love a Recky Specky.
The fact that he's away, right? And you reported they're not happy with his training mentality. You tend to wonder, like, is $500,000 worth not trusting someone? You know what I mean? If you're like, you know what? I look at that as investment because I don't like the way they do things. I'm going to do it to get healthier. So you know what? That's worth $500,000.
Right. And so it's the big picture. The big picture is at hand.
Yeah.
This is not a one-year decision for me. This is my career.
For sure.
So
no, but I don't think you have to. Like, I think you can be there, not get fined, and still do rehab with someone else.
No.
You can say, yes, I'm coming. You have a meeting? I'll be at the meeting.
But what if the guy you trust is in Miami?
Yeah, the guy you trust in Miami.
Instead of $500,000, I have to be at camp this week. I will give you $50,000 to hang out in DFW for a week.
But he may have other clients. He has a business.
Okay, $100,000.
But he still has other clients.
I will fly them up.
But it's
$500,000.
Listen,
I'm going to work.
All this is on the table, and that's part of the backdrop. So everybody thinks it's just everything is not cut and dry. At the end of the day, the Cowboys are going to hold him accountable for that $500,000.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Diggs says me getting healthy, me being in an environment so I can be healthy and be back is more important to me than that $500,000. And so that's the case. What we do know is that, as they say, he will be here for minicamp.
Of course they say that.
Because it's mandatory.
Right.
Oh, no, it's not.
This sounds pretty mandatory. It's $500,000.
No.
Additional fines.
No. So
Right.
this is more fines, and it's bigger fines. So if you're not a minicamp, it's bigger fines. And so it's mandatory. He will be here for minicamp. And so I'll do the minicamp fines. He's going to be here. But Steven said that he wants him with Britt. He wants him with his guys.
Which is that's on, at that point, I think that's on Steven, because this is a years-long thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Where if you've watched content that, I can't speak for other people's content or what you've written over years.
Yeah.
But like for years, I've talked about why Trevon Diggs probably isn't long for the Cowboys and hinted towards how they feel about his rehab a lot. And people are like, you don't know that. You don't know that. Everybody has known for quite some time. And it's why if you hear media people hinting towards the same things, they're just not coming out and making a formal story, but they're telling you what's happening.
Yeah.
Brett Brown, the head trainer of the Cowboys, doesn't think that Trevon Diggs works hard. Trevon Diggs doesn't like Brett Brown. They don't want to be working together, but the and at that point, if you're the Cowboys, why can't you just concede and be like, okay, those two, wrong foot, whatever. Like, they're not jiving. We can surely find an accommodation because we are invested in you. The answer shouldn't be, we want you with our guy. Like, okay, well, who else is around here that he can work with and he can and just figure it out? I don't we don't got to turn everybody against each other.
And as Jesse pointed out in our chat yesterday, and you pointed out, they want him here because they want him around the guys. They want him with the camaraderie. Right. They want him with the culture. But also want him.
How about with the new defensive coordinator? Like, we're getting ready to football.
Always new defensive coordinator, learn the defense. Of course, he's a cornerback, man. Just go cover that guy. You go over there. Go
play a lot of zone.
I covered Dion. Dion will be at baseball. Leave baseball and go.
You said leave the.
Yeah, leave the baseball game. Come play football and cover that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't come to minicamp. Didn't come to training camp. Didn't even come to practice all week.
Diggs is not.
Go cover.
Dion.
I understand that, but it's the cornerback. I mean, it ain't rocket science here.
Because I talked to Diggs.
It's not rocket science what you ask a cornerback to do. It ain't like linebacker. You got to do the run fits and all the other stuff and defensive line.
You better run fits at corner.
No, just set the edge.
Diggs ain't going to.
Just set the edge.
Just set the edge. That's run fits.
You don't take right. I can teach you to do that, Joe.
You don't need to teach me. I could do that.
See, football, Joe. I mean, we're not asking you to be no intricate part of the defense, no scheming. You're the cornerback. Come on, you're the outside. You're not even being in the nickel. You're not the slot corner. You're the corner.
I was going to say they might ask Ron Bland to do that, though.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't. I get you, but it looks good on paper. And yes, you should be. We want you. We want everybody. Just like we want great culture. We want everybody to get along. Yeah. Okay. We want leaders. We want great guys. But at the end of the day, about winning and losing football games, go cover your guy.